A dumb teenager applies to live in a dumb house.
Welcome to the Walt Vault with
Michelle,
Andre,
Louise,
and me, Emily. We're a family-friendly podcast where we pick a new Disney movie each week. We watch it, share our thoughts, and then relate it to pop culture, fandoms, and anything else that pops into our heads. Enjoy!
hello and welcome to the Walt Vault, episode 83. Bow, 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 bow. Is your mic on?
We're getting
Now
there.
it is.
Now it is. Emily's here.
Hey.
I'm here.
So we're starting off with our Disney Channel original movie series, the DComs, and we decided to start with one that we think everybody kind of likes, or everybody is kind of nostalgic about.
Or at least remembered the name of.
Yeah, at least remember the name of Smart House.
Yes. We are watching 1999's Smart House, the movie about a house that
Is smart.
tries to be a mom
Mm.
and fails miserably.
Yeah, we'll get there.
It's iRobot for kids.
Yeah, it's iRobot. It's like what's that other movie? The space one with HAL 3000.
I don't
and
know.
That sounds really familiar.
robot.
I don't know, but I did say that this.
Halle Berry.
I
Gothica.
think this might
What?
have been like
Gothica.
my first movie
X-Men.
experience
Storm.
with AI. Oh, X-Men.
This was your first experience with AI?
Probably.
With artificial intelligence?
Probably. So when we do our first impressions, for these DComs, I want us to do our first
We have to
impression
do like an original.
that we remember as a kid
Yeah.
and our first impression upon this viewing. So Andre, you want to start off with that?
Your
Okay.
original
Here we
Disney
go.
Channel original movie.
My original
Review. First
original
impression.
original impression. I remember freaking loving this movie when it came out because I love technology, and this movie had a lot of cool technology that I wanted to have in my own house, and I envied the house. Even after the house started turning evil and stuff, I was like, I still want this house.
Andre's like, I'd still live there.
This
I
is
still
worth-
wanted to make me that smoothie.
This is worth the risks.
I will get pummeled by oranges for this.
Absolutely. If I could have my entire wall be my TV, then yeah, let's go ahead. Be a tornado inside the house. I don't care.
Because you're going to clean it up anyway.
Exactly.
All right, first impression upon this viewing.
And upon this viewing, I still really like the movie for almost those same exact reasons. My
Nothing has
goodness.
changed.
You want to know why? Because
If
Andre doesn't
I-
like to clean.
Floor could suck up anything that I throw onto it. Oh.
The best part is it doesn't even just suck up liquid, because I can get sucking up liquid, but it sucks up
everything.
straight up garbage.
It's got cups and napkins and plates and stuff. It's just like,
And
Biodegradable or not.
yeah.
as Andre's wife, I will tell you that will come in handy for him. Mm-hmm.
It will also come in handy for Michelle.
What?
Miss
Don't throw
candy
things.
wrappers everywhere.
That's not
Miss
true.
clothes all over the house.
That's not true.
You should see the look she's giving him right now, though.
The clothes all over the house I can justify. The candy wrappers, okay, the other day, you knocked over the popcorn kernels on the floor, and they stayed there for like a week.
It was only like 4 days.
Oh.
And then I vacuumed them up.
But here's the deal. You let them stay on. So you're just as
He
bad.
didn't tell me they fell over. We were cleaning the house, and I was like, what's all this? And he was like, oh, I had a popcorn fiasco. Like, you didn't clean it up?
Luis, this is good. Luis isn't here quite yet. He's coming in, so I'll make fun of him while he's not here. He sends me a picture, okay, of coffee grounds that had gotten outside of the garbage can. And he's like, oh, this happened this morning. And so I sent him a little like, haha, thinking like this happened, because I sent
Yeah.
like, I broke this bowl, my life though, right?
Mhm.
And then I went to go take out the garbage like 3 days later, and there are all the coffee grounds behind the coffee can. And I'm like, dude, did you leave it there?
Didn't clean them up.
He's like, I sent you the picture so you could clean it.
Oh, my God.
Can you see my face
I
right now?
sent you the
Basically,
picture
this entire
so
episode,
you
we're just
could
going to
clean
talk
it.
about how much of slobs our
Man.
husbands are. Or we
I-
are, too, you know.
Respect Louise so much. I would never, ever in my life to send you a text of stuff that you got to clean up.
No, he
The
would do it. Or
vitriol
just leave it there and admit that he
I
left
would
it there.
get- Yes,
Or
exactly.
for the example of the popcorn kernels, just not tell me that he did it.
Right.
And I find it 4 days later. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, what's this?
Yeah.
And as soon as I said, what's this, he immediately went and got the vacuum.
Yeah,
Like, bless his heart.
Because we were cleaning.
But you could have gotten ants in those 4 days. You know what I mean?
suck them up with the vacuum.
You should have heard me because it was on the baseboard of the coffee grounds, and I was like, my God, if it stained the baseboard, you are getting. Yeah.
Ooh.
I won't say what. Yeah.
What
He's getting no of something.
He's gonna have no head because I'm gonna smack it off.
Hilarious.
A
All right.
bullet.
Well.
Okay, so yeah, more first impressions of Smart House.
Oh, I forgot about
Oh
that.
God, yeah, we'll get more into this, but we're gonna go on a cleaning rant as well. Emily, first impression as a kid, do you remember it?
I do. I remember the movie as a whole pretty well. Like I knew like where the story was going, but there were some parts that I definitely forgot. And then when we rewatched them, I was like, "Oh my God, stop it!"
90s movies are ridiculous.
Yeah, like I remember the house that it was a contest. I remember the dancing scene, right, with the kids when they have the party.
Jump, the house is jumping.
It is jumping. And then I remember, Pat going a little cray cray. And I really liked it as a kid. As an adult, I have so many questions just about the way all of this works. I want to know because I need it.
Yeah. There is definitely some technological issues with.
Oh yeah.
But it's funny because in other ways we have met the technological advancents that are in this movie
what
in
did
some
I
ways.
say? I was like, Pat's just like Alexa.
For sure.
Like, hey, what's the weather
Absolutely.
today? Hey, wake me up. I just don't have a fancy.
Hey, read
you
me my
know-
contacts from my phone book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we do have automated lives like Pat, but it's not to the extreme of getting a 30-second smoothie because I would be taking full advantage of that every day. I'd have 30 smoothies a day if I could. Well, actually, maybe not with all those orange
I would
everywhere.
get real fat because I'd just be like, hey, make me a steak. Hey, make me.
Make me a
Oh
steak.
my God! It
Oh.
could make all of my food forever.
I think this is Andre saying I'm a bad cook.
I don't have to cook.
That's where my questions
Michelle
come
doesn't
in.
have to cook.
That's where my
Whoa.
questions come in, y'all. But
I'm
anywho,
okay.
what
cook.
about yours,
Okay,
Michelle?
I make good stews. My first impression as a kid.
She made one stew.
It was weird because
It's good enough.
I remember like every time. Don't you remember Disney Channel original movies used to come on at 8/7 Central, and they would do like the little toot 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 with the Mickey and the string. So
they used to have one every month. Is that right? Do I remember that?
It
correctly?
feels like that. I think
feel
so.
like at one point, yeah. So, anyways, I remember if they said that this movie was coming on at 8/7 Central on Friday night, I was like, Mom, I'm staying up and watching it. But at 8/7 Central, movie ended at 10 o'clock, because of the commercials and all that jazz. But I didn't care because I was watching it, even though I had seen it 10,000 times. So I
Did
watched,
your mom care? That's the question.
I don't know. She probably did. But I'd seen this movie a lot.
Michelle
as a
was
kid.
sneaking it.
I was like quoting the movie as we were watching. I'm like, yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I remember this. I remember this too. So I really liked this movie as a kid, but I'm with Emily on this one. I watched it an adult and was like, huh? Like, I was obsessed with this. Okay. I don't know if it held up as good for me. Like, it's very corny. I bet if I introduced it to like a kid right now, I don't know if they would like it, because
Truth.
it's kind of corny and
Well, not even the corniness, but more like it doesn't hold up technologically.
Yeah, like all those concepts,
Mhm.
But is it still like a really good movie and I watch it for the nostalgia factor? Absolutely.
Dude.
I still enjoyed it.
I want a Doc Ock arm coming out of the front of my house to swat away newspaper boys and stuff.
Get out of here. I don't want your printed news.
Yeah, get out of here. Get off my lawn.
Oh my gosh, that Andre's already
All of
an
a
old
sudden,
man.
you are
Hey,
old man
speaking
negative.
of get off my lawn, you better get off that lady's driveway, okay?
got-
Andre told me about that.
I got
Did
in
he?
trouble.
Yeah, you got in trouble.
I got in trouble at my home complex because I walked through a lady's driveway. Her driveway is on the corner. The corner of her driveway is a stop sign, so I was just cut inside of the stop sign rather than outside.
I do
of
it too. Everybody does it.
Everybody does it. It's
I did
it's
it
on the
when I
corner.
was walking to your house, and
Yeah,
while
absolutely.
Andre was helping me get my stuff back out to the car.
She like
He
put
told
this
me.
spray paint line around where her
Spray painted the
property
line,
is,
yeah.
and like get on my property.
Do not cross.
Mm.
Okay, you
Hilarious.
or your dog, you little ruffian,
You ruffian studs.
you thug,
Anyways, moving on.
you
So,
cretin.
You creep.
so as we came in to Emily's house today, where we usually record, Emily immediately was like, "Ugh, Luis," because he left like the plastic off of the banana bread. And I don't know. He probably did other couple things.
Didn't
that-
put a garbage bag in
that
the garbage
did
can.
put the garbage bag in the garbage can, like things that I'm laughing at, and Andre's also kind of laughing at, which on the inside I'm like, he shouldn't be laughing because he does the same thing. But to the point where I finally
Insulted.
admitted to Andre that a couple days ago I texted Emily and was like, "Do you have any tips on how to get my husband to clean the house?" In which she responded, do you have any tips on getting my husband to clean the house? So it's good to know that we're not alone in this, and we need a smart house apparently for our
We
husband.
all need one.
Me and Luis
Everybody
are gonna,
needs a smart house.
Me and Luis, instead of cleaning, are gonna design a house that can clean.
Oh, if
for
you
you.
do that for us, that'd be great.
Yeah, we're gonna put.
We're
Cool.
not living together,
we're gonna
all
put
4
pen
of
to
us.
Paper.
Yeah, you gotta make 2 houses.
Gigantic house, all of us can live in. Wall recordings around the clock.
Oh, God.
That'd be hard. What if it sucked up all your baby toys like on the ground? Because it sucks up
But,
like
like,
stuff.
But if it's sucking stuff up, is it putting it into like different categories?
That's
So
what I need to know.
if it pulls a toy and a piece of trash into the ground, or a toy with like
Laundry.
gunk on
But
it,
what is it
into
doing?
the ground,
Is it?
does it clean the toy and then put the
It should.
dirt in the dirt?
But
and
how
toys
is
in
it
the toy
making that
box?
toy go through the ground? Is it like making it like a hologram and then it's like? Meow.
Well, if it can disperse the matter of the toy and then recombine the matter underneath the house.
That's literally what I'm thinking it's
See,
doing.
Andre needs to go be an engineer now. That's a good
Andre.
idea.
Well, I don't know how to make that happen. You need an
Andre,
enormous amount of power.
you are squandering your opportunities with this podcast.
Every time they sucked up the trash, that whole neighborhood would have had a blackout.
Oh my
How many
God.
backup generators you got? Only the one.
Everybody
So
in the
funny.
neighborhood was like, "Stop making a mess! Cut it out!"
I think my favorite part of the house is the way that it wakes them up. So like I set my alarm with Alexa, like, hey Alexa, wake me up at 7
You're
a.m.
gonna set
or
off everybody's Alexa.
whatever. Sorry guys, if you're listening to this in your house, Alexa's now gonna wake you up at 7 a.m. tomorrow. But
Alexa, wake me up at 4:44 a.m.
oh my God,
You're welcome.
You're ridiculous.
Rise and shine, everybody.
You're terrible. But we do that. Andre and I use Alexa a lot for playing music, waking us up. What's the weather today? Here's our grocery list. Like, we use it for things, or just asking her like a Google question if I'm too lazy to Google it on my phone. You know what I mean?
Daily.
But she wakes me up with an alarm, but all it is like a ding, 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 or she can play a song. She can't play no symphony on a TV on the wall of Mickey Mouse getting down.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? But also,
Talk about a good hidden Mickey all up in there.
That was
but
cool.
I also don't know if that would piss me off, because as a kid, it was like, cool, Mickey Mouse waking me up. And as an adult, I might be like, turn it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I had a symphony orchestra in my bedroom, I would be smacking
It's all
some heads.
Alexa, stop!
It
Alexa,
is.
stop it.
It is not 4th of July.
So, I don't know. But, or the scenes where it makes them feel like they're at the ocean and there's like a breeze and stuff, like that's cool.
Is it though?
Yeah, I like that. I could have like a picnic on the beach.
I just want to watch Star Wars on a wall. That's all I want to do.
That video game was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Video game on the wall with the weird big old controllers.
So then your house becomes like an IMAX theater.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. Like if
Correct.
this whole wall right here, Emily, was a TV screen,
Mhm.
and we were just watching it.
Yeah. Instead of just a small
Oh,
box.
feel
remember
like-
though when it turned into a TV screen, we were like, where did all the furniture go?
Oh
So
my
then we
god.
kept rewinding it, because like think about it, guys. You have stuff on your wall or like your TV and like furniture and stuff, but apparently the house can just make all that disappear. And then
So
your
is your
wall's just
chair a
TV.
hologram? I just
So
don't
I don't know. Well, the chair that's like a filmmaking mistake. But the wall, I was saying that the wall is all a projection throughout the entire house, I guess. And so it can change on the fly. You can change the wallpaper. You can they should have mentioned this in the house. But you can change the wallpaper. You can change the art that's on the walls. You can change the
So
color. you can do-
everything is holographic.
I mean, that's what it seems
That
like.
would that would at least answer why everything like quote unquote went bye bye when they switched over to the
Right.
video screen.
And there needs to be enough like projection points in the wall to like create Pat and have her be able to walk through.
Right.
Furniture is not holographic.
no, but it did
No.
disappear.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just a film.
No, or maybe Pat's that
Mistake.
cool. I don't know. She can suck things
Just
into
suck
the ground.
whole couch into the floor.
She just sucked it into the wall on the
That's
other side. I don't know.
creepy. Oh, that
I
just gave me
know.
like the chills.
Too
I don't
powerful.
know. So yes. Anyways, this house is really cool. We like the house.
I don't
Well,
like that though. I don't like the idea of everything being projected on the wall because I
No?
like niche. Like, look, okay, everyone, look at my wall right now.
Mhm.
There is like
Everyone look.
cutouts. There's things on the wall, in the wall. Like it creates
Well,
depth.
maybe
Right.
it would make it like a. It would straighten it out when it was projecting.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's like a 3D image, so it looks like it has depth. It looks like it's popping out of the wall, but it's not. It's just
That's weird.
It's just a screen.
Mm.
Well, at least you
Kinda
wouldn't have
like
to
that.
dust anything.
No dusting.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Pat just creates a little
But also-
whirlwind.
You know how hard it
Picks
is
up
to
the
dust
dust.
your knickknacks and your tchotchkes, okay?
I hate dusting my couch.
the heck is a tchotchke? I don't know what that is.
Speaking of, I just pulled a hair out of my nubbin.
Oh, get
Oh,
that tchotchke out
no.
of there.
We're gonna get
Oh,
we're gonna
snap.
get new nubbins for Christmas. It's okay. Luis is here. The culprit's here.
The
He's
culprit.
here. The culprit. He's
Dude.
looking, he's
Hey,
looking at us
dude.
like, huh?
We've been bad talking to you this whole time. I'm so sorry.
We've been bad talking, actually, both of you guys, about how
Yeah.
you guys are slobs, and if we had a smart
I
house.
did not say anything about my husband being a slob.
I said my husband's a slob.
Whoa.
He's like, what I walk into.
We got slob tendencies.
Definitely, sure on the side that Michelle isn't afraid to throw anyone in the fire in front of her.
Right?
It's because I don't want
Right.
myself to go in the fire. But
I will
Luis-
push you
Luis,
under every bus.
while
Thank
Luis is here, and since we're talking about the technology of the house, Luis, we just want to hear what your favorite technology of the house was. Like, what did you enjoy the most that you would want in your house?
None. It was a bad idea from the beginning.
Oh.
Tell us
Snap.
why.
Why?
Awful. Why?
No, why
No,
was it a
why?
bad idea?
Why would you do that?
Okay.
Because we're lazy.
Wait, why would you do which part?
Why
Then
would you
that-
not?
If that's the first thing that comes to your mind, it solidifies my point.
Okay.
Bad idea.
Luis,
I don't get
Okay,
it.
he's done.
see what I have to live with?
Bad idea
Luis
from the
doesn't
beginning.
support the smart
The
house.
whole idea of
You
the
know why?
house.
'Cause
That's why we have nothing
Probably
automated
because
in our
Luis
house.
doesn't like AI.
We do not have
Yeah.
an Alexa. We
You
do
don't
not
have
have a
Alexa.
Google
You don't have a
anything.
Google Home.
You know how
You
much
guys don't have
technology
smart
we have in
bulbs?
our house to the point where I get so annoyed there's cords everywhere. Like,
Hey.
Andre, get these cords out of here.
We still have a phonograph, okay?
A photograph? Like a moving
phonograph.
photograph?
Phonograph.
That's the big thing that you wind up and put the records on. It's like,
Oh.
dun, 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 dun,
Okay.
dun, 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 dun,
No,
Oh,
dun,
you
dun.
said a
That's not
awful
it.
idea. Awful idea for lazy people.
Okay, can you explain why
Why do you think the smart house is bad?
Yeah, why do you think it's a bad idea?
It's a step away from being in a hover chair and growing obesely heavy.
Bro.
Andre, tell them what you said at
That's
Disneyland
my
last week.
dream. I was like, they should get
Oh,
those things
nah,
from
nah.
Wally in here.
Nah.
Design a traffic system, and then there's no traffic. I could just whiz through anywhere I want. Like, take me to the haunted mansion.
Nah, at that point, we're de-evolving as humans.
Yeah,
Andre doesn't
baby.
care, though.
Andre wants to live his life in a doom buggy.
And Andre's so skinny that he probably wouldn't even get fat in the doom buggy. He'd
Yeah,
just
dude.
be Andre.
Take me 15 years to catch up to the rest of you.
I mean, I'm not trying to act. I'm not trying to act like I'm some sort of like energetic dude. No, I can be lazy, but there's a certain point where it's like, nah. At that point, it's sloth-like. And
So does it bother
But
you
there's
that like
helpful
what about
tools.
like her making your dinner when you don't have time? When it's been a really long day and you want a home cooked
right.
meal.
What
but
if you could use the house
And instead
exactly
of going
like
through
this
the
house
drive-through,
and not
she
use
could cook
any
you
of
a
the
healthy
stuff,
meal.
But Emily could use the stuff if she wanted to.
Luis would use it. He would use it.
No, I'd rather go through the drive-through.
Would you
oh my
rather?
god.
Wouldn't you be happy if the floor sucked in those coffee grounds versus you leaving them there?
No,
Okay.
because I still don't clean that up.
So he is lazy.
Takes the
We
picture.
know.
No, it's not that I'm lazy. It's that my wife is a great wife and she gets to it before I do.
But
So, I'm not lazy.
you could have gotten to it before she did.
Well, if I notice him when I spill them, I clean them. If
Oh.
I don't notice it, I don't.
Did you
It's true.
did you send me a picture of the coffee grounds and then leave them there?
No, I didn't.
I have photographic evidence.
You got a
Post
picture
it
of
on
coffee
the
grounds.
Instagram
Nah,
story.
nah. If anyone is sending pictures of anything that was dirty and needed to be clean, it's her. To me, so I can get it done.
Right.
Andre and I are seeing some differences in this conversation now. At least Andre and I admit that we posted it.
Hey,
Andre's like, yeah, I left those on the ground. Okay, clean them up.
hey, don't make this about our marriage.
It's
This
not.
is about a.
It's not. It's just
This
funny.
is about a dumb house.
Oh,
All right, so we have discovered that Luis is not into the smart house. Okay.
Were you into the smart house as a kid, Lou? Did you think this movie was cool when you were little?
No.
You didn't see it though, did you? Or did
Yeah.
you? You did.
An aversion to
No.
technology from
It's
a young
just
age.
Not. No.
What Disney Channel original movie did you like? Oh no.
You should see his
Staring into the distance.
into the abyss.
Did you like Xenon?
No.
Halloween Town?
That one was decent.
Did you like Johnny Tsunami?
No.
13th Year?
I don't
Wait,
remember that.
Johnny Tsunami? That
dude.
one might have. That's the one where like he rides a 50-foot whale. Not whale.
A whale.
Yes,
whale.
a whale.
whale.
I like the whale.
riding the whale.
I like
that,
it.
That was decent. Yeah.
Well, then, can we just give you the good news now?
Spoiler alert.
What?
We're doing Johnny Tsunami next week.
Yay.
Yay.
What about Luck of the Irish?
It's the best episode.
That one
we've
was
ever
actually
recorded.
cool. That was the football one, right?
Basketball.
Basketball.
Oh, never mind. Now I was thinking of Rudy. Never mind.
Andre,
Favorite movie of all time.
Luis really wants to watch Remember the Titans, so we'll have to give in to that eventually.
Oh, dude, Remember Titans was a good movie.
Actually, no. The one I really want to watch is The Rookie, but
Oh.
I do like Remember the Titans. That was a great movie.
We
But I would
are
rather
the
watch The Rookie.
Titans.
I do not want to watch Remember the Titans. I don't like
'Cause it's
feels
sad,
and
yeah.
things.
Ducks.
Oh my god.
Ducks.
Ducks,
Ducks.
ducks, 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 ducks.
Yeah.
I like how you guys stopped right at the same time.
Can
Yeah,
we meet
because
in,
you know how many times a day he does that?
Synergy.
Can we meet in the middle and watch Miracle instead? That way we don't watch
The
Remember the
Christmas movie?
Titans and Mighty Ducks. Miracle's a hockey one.
Oh, I was thinking a Miracle on
Oh
34th
no, is
Street.
that the one that we watched and it was like 20 years long?
20 years long.
It was so long.
You
oh
know
my
what,
gosh.
Luis? If you're going to fully participate, we will let you pick a movie. Yes.
Ooh, she told you?
What do you mean I
You will
can't? I got
fully
soccer. You
participate.
guys
Is there
are
a soccer movie?
you guys are just
No.
lucky that I'm here.
Oh, I
No,
know.
he-
We appreciate you.
He started his soccer season and he has been a busy beaver.
We can't wait to go to a game. It's going to be fun. There is no Disney Channel original movie about soccer. Lots of other sports.
Oh, there's
There's
Even
multiple.
like driving cars. but
Yeah.
no
what
soccer.
was that one movie? The Big Green? You don't remember that?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
right.
one was Disney.
I don't think it's a Disney Channel original movie, but it is a Disney
It's
movie.
Disney movie?
Yeah.
It's a
Hmm.
Disney movie.
There's
Yeah.
multiple basketball
on,
ones now that I think
Yeah,
about it.
It's on
basketball.
Disney Plus, but granted the current status of Disney Plus is probably false Disney.
Luis is upset that Disney is...
If anyone is hearing me out there from Disney Plus, quit playing games, take off those movies that are not available, and don't even play.
What do you
Right.
mean
I don't
not
care that
available?
they're not available right now, and I definitely do not care that they're going to be available in November 2020.
So on Disney Plus,
Take it off.
they have movies that are up there.
Uh-huh.
And you
Like
can
as
click
it, like
into
it shows that it's available.
Yeah, you can click into it and play the trailer, but you can't play the whole movie. It just tells you
Oh.
Dumb.
when it's available.
It needs
So
an
Oh, I
update.
didn't
like,
know that.
Like Infinity War.
Get
is
it
like
out of
that on
there.
right now.
Infinity War's like that?
Yeah, because
Yes.
it's not on there because
But
it's
they're
still on
advertising
Netflix.
it. Get it off. I don't want to see
I
it.
didn't know that was a thing.
Well, what's
Yes.
really bothering Luis is that there's stuff on there that is not going to be available until this time next year. So he feels
why
like
is
it's
it even on
yeah,
there?
like they shouldn't
Just
show
put
that
it
it's
on
on
there
there.
next
It's too
year.
far out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I agree with that.
But-
Update your app, Disney Plus.
But that's like the easiest way for them to let people know like why it isn't on there, but is by putting it on there.
He's not
Okay.
happy about it.
I didn't know that was a thing. I
Shaking
think
his head.
everything we've watched so far has been on there. We started the Three Caballeros, but we only watched 5 minutes. We didn't get very far.
Were the first 5 minutes good?
It was just the intro credits.
Oh, well, you know how those old intro credits went
Yeah.
for 17 minutes.
Then we started The Grinch, the one that you wanted us to watch, but Andre fell asleep. So
Andre!
we got it. But he was tired.
Oh,
It's good though.
He also
Wait a
fell-
minute, it's
fell
not on
asleep when
Disney
we
Plus?
Saw Frozen
It's
2.
on
We
Netflix.
saw
No.
Frozen 2 last night in the theater, and Andre fell asleep too.
only a little bit.
He missed like 15 minutes.
Overall, I liked it. Okay, Smart
Anyways,
House.
continue. Smart House.
um,
Luis, but so if you absolutely had to pick one,
no. No.
what about the arm that would get
No.
the kids off your lawn?
No.
You just want to yell at them yourself?
No.
He's like, yes, I do want to yell at him
yell
myself.
at them
I mean, if I'm
yourself.
going to use some type of technology, I would just pre-record my voice.
Okay, well then
Oh,
let's talk about
No,
this.
no. Not part of the house. I would
Oh, okay.
pre-record my voice
play it off
on
like
one
a-
of those
like a
old
boombox.
cassette tapes that you record your voice in and just have it play the whole time.
How about this, Lou? I like this one. What if we could turn the wall into a screen so
screen.
that we could play Halo that big?
Oh,
No.
dude.
Because Luis
4
and
by
I have
4.
played.
No.
No screen looking. Don't look
I just need a projector in the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I can see we're not gonna win this one.
Yeah, he's not
Not
going
gonna
to give
win
in
this
to the
battle.
house.
How about I sweeten up your sensibilities and give you a pumpkin muffin with
No.
It's got white chocolate.
white
chips in it.
chocolate chunks.
It's got white chocolate chunks.
Is it coming from the house?
It's
No.
coming
No,
from
it's
my house.
It's from a bakery.
That's
No, it
better
was baked.
than
It was
it coming
baked.
from the house.
I'm just saying I should.
But
be
if
called
you
Pat
tell
from
me
now
the
on 'cause
house
I'm-
made this, I would say no.
Oh my God! Okay, we done.
Bruh, I'm eating
We
all
get
the
it.
house food.
Okay.
More for
Speaking
me.
of house food, here's my problem. Do they have to go grocery shopping? Do they have to like give Pat money to go get to go get food?
So okay,
Is Pat just spending all their money?
in a house of the future, I would think that it would be like
Attached to your bank account?
yeah, like automatic
It's like
Amazon
freeze-dried.
ordering that like drone delivers to a section of your house that you never see. Like it's in the backyard that goes underneath the house,
Whoa.
and then it like loads itself into the house, and that's how it like cooks the food. and
Andre's
brings it
got
up to you.
thoughts. My thought was that it was just like freeze-dried food, like freeze-dried packets in the house, just like zooping, and then it's ready.
That's like
What's
Back to the
that? How
Future
does that
food.
change? See my point exactly. If it would be the freezer thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know what?
You'd be more inclined to eat freezer food.
That's the exact same thing as me doing it by myself without a smart house.
Yeah,
Well,
but I don't
yeah,
have
but
to
you
do
don't
it.
have to
That's
do
why
anything.
I'd rather take your theory and I'd be okay with that. But
If,
Yeah,
if
I
it
don't
was
want it-
Amazon delivering food,
I don't want
like
it to
every
be
day.
freeze-dried food.
Right.
That
That's
would
what I'm saying. I don't want that.
PO me.
I want the grocery store to be like, the smart house wants food, and then send all the food over to my house, and then the house cooks the food, and then I eat the food.
And okay, so here's
I'm okay
what
with the freeze-dried.
this is what I'm more happy with, okay? And this sounds like more work on my part, but like I would be happy if I chose my meals like on Sunday.
Yeah.
And so Monday through Saturday or whatever, the house knows what it's going to cook
Mm-hmm.
versus me telling it on a moment's notice, because I feel like there's no technological way for it to have, my food ready in 15 seconds.
Yeah, like on
yeah.
deck.
And
well, that's
it
why I
be-
was assuming freeze-dried.
Right,
Like
and-
it would be like, whoop.
Because like they had lobster. Like I do not want
Freeze-dried
like
lobster.
freeze-dried
lobster
lobster.
that's been in there for 4 months. And
Yeah,
it's like,
or-
finally they want lobster. Let me
God,
send
I'd
it
be
up.
That's
super allergic to that
disgusting.
lobster.
That's gross,
10
right?
times more allergic to it
Because
than
at least if you
lobster.
like thought about it beforehand, then it could be like she goes shopping or it gets delivered and then it's all fresh.
Yeah,
because
and
that's
then,
my problem with it
the
being
house,
fresh.
The house can
Okay.
then like adapt and know what you like to eat and keep that stuff more in stock than
Sure.
other stuff, and then
So it's basically like Hello Fresh, but
Yes.
the house cooks it.
but the
for you.
house does it.
I'm about it.
Yeah.
See, I'm cool with that. But just like snapping and it's
Yeah.
ready, that's really creeps me
On-demand
out.
Smoothie.
Smoothie's not bad
Yeah,
because
that's
smoothies
pretty
can be
easy.
It-
can
they
be
could blend
frozen,
that.
but
Super.
You know what I don't like is oranges falling from the sky in the house. We don't need
That
to
scene
do
was
that.
kind of terrifying.
That's unnecessary.
There's two terrifying scenes in this movie: the oranges pelting them, and the smart house mom at the end when it turns into a body and she's like a tornado.
yeah,
And she's like,
for sure. Well, and if you
Whoa.
think about it, even though it was supposed to be scary, okay, so
It was scary.
the plot in this movie is super easy.
Very
Literally, the kid,
Single dad. Kid.
single dad, 2 kids. The
Mhm.
kid wants to make it easier on
the
dad.
dad.
Keeps entering
So
contests.
yeah, so he enters lots of contests apparently and wins them a smart house. The smart house is supposed to make everything easier on them.
The smart house designer, super hot lady.
She is super hot.
Kid doesn't want a new mom.
Neckerchief.
Neckerchief.
Kid doesn't want a new mom.
Yeah.
Kid tries to break them up.
Mhm.
And
Kid's also really smart and manipulates the house, and it turns into a crazy Flo lady.
exactly.
She looks
Flo
like
lady.
Flo from Progressive.
Yes, she does.
She looks like Flo from Progressive commercial.
Kid is
I'll agree. The kid is not my favorite.
he's a
He's got some mommy issues. So, what was his name?
He was being the dad just wants to. The dad needs to date somebody. I could say this on Crack in the Vault, but you know what's going through my mind. The dad just needed a woman.
The dad needs some love, and
Needs some love,
All he
and
has is
his
all he
kid
has
is
is his
blocking
kid's
him.
love, and he needs the love of a woman.
Which
And-
is fine.
and the kid is like, I don't think
You
so.
shall have no love.
No love for you, sir.
And because he manipulated the house to be more motherly, the house now wants to get rid of the house programmer, Sarah, as well. But the house tries to be the kid's friend and throws him a party so that he can have more social life, which sounds cool in the moment, but when you think about it, it's an extreme invasion of privacy.
Yeah, she invites everybody from the school, including his bully. And like
But they
his
say
crush or
jump
whatever.
the houses, jump in and do a cool dance.
Cool dance, Michelle says.
Is it a cool dance, though, or do you
It's
just
not.
remember it being
we
a cool
saw
dance?
it. We were like, this is so 90s.
Mm.
God. What was it? They were having like a. What did we decide? They were having a concert like in Tomorrowland.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
the-
all the
Disney
footage
used
in
all
this,
their
in
own
this movie
footage.
is like from Disneyland, for sure.
Good for them.
Yeah.
But so this is, I was trying to get to this point. So the scene where the bully comes in the house, Pat, the mom, house, kind of takes over and embarrasses the bully, in front of all of the kids and then kicks the kid out of the house.
Yeah.
To like teach him a lesson. And when you think about that, as a kid, it was scary because she made like a skull
skeleton
like
thingy.
come out of the
Yeah,
wall or
scared him
something.
with a holographic skull.
Yeah. So I mean, that was supposed to be the scary part, but like now as an adult, I think about it and I'm like,
So
wow,
stupid.
easy way to get yourself sued.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
like
I
it
went
was,
to this house. I didn't sign a waiver, and then the house terrified me.
and threw me.
threw me out. Now I have physical and emotional stress, and I'd like $16 million.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to give it to you. So there goes your smart house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that bully
Bad.
has too much money and power.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He was a '90s bully, though, don't
becomes
you
the
think?
president.
Technically
Awful.
speaking, I
His
don't.
spiky
I'm not
hair.
quite sure.
He was
I didn't see any
choker.
legal documentation changing ownership rights to the family. So as far as I'm concerned,
Ooh, it still belongs
it still
to like
belongs to that
the
company.
engineer lady.
So they would.
I don't
not
even
get
think it
sued.
was hers. It was like the company's, and she worked for the company.
Right,
Do you know what
to
I
help
mean?
Yeah,
design
to
the
like help
house.
design it or something.
Yeah, that
That
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
I think she secretly had some issues too, though. I think that like that house was her.
Well, yeah,
Like
she only
baby?
dated like bad boyfriends, right?
You know what I mean? So I feel
right,
like,
yeah, the house was her baby. Absolutely.
and then when her baby betrayed her, she didn't know what to do with herself.
Yeah. She was like, I have to kill my baby.
I need
Said-
to restart her.
Hard stuff, man. This
Yeah.
is some real psychological issue.
Factory
So
settings.
is it before or after the party that Pat starts like downloading motherly images from like the 50s and stuff
Before.
like that?
That's
Before.
why.
That was
So-
so creepy. No, but he made her do that. He was like, "Look, watch this. This is all you'll need to know about being a mom, Pat."
Oh, I
So-
thought it like ramped up after he was gone or something like that.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
So here's the interesting part about all this. Sarah, the programmer, made it very clear that Pat, the house, would not be interfering in their personal lives. That she was observing to make their lives easier, but not to interfere per se. But when the kid goes into the he breaks into the control room, and that's where Luis really got mad. He took off
Like,
all
how-
the security.
How'd he get in there?
He took off all the safety and security settings and then uploaded her watching the like 50s mom. And that's where when she heard the dad say the phrase, "You need to have more fun,"
Right.
that's when she started emailing all the kids at school
Right.
to have the party.
Yeah.
So she's like being a quote unquote irresponsible parent because she's trying to be more motherly in like a you need to have fun way.
Like a friend way.
But
or
I can
whatever.
watch you in our house.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
that's where it really gets creepy. So maybe if he hadn't undone the security protocols, this all would have been okay. But he's the one who really made the issue here
Yeah.
with her becoming overbearing and, you know, a freak.
Yeah, because once Sarah fixed it again at the end, it was fine.
Yeah.
Although
They were
did
living in
keep
like
that
a
creepy image of her.
yeah that she
Why?
had like developed
I'm sorry,
for
she looked
herself.
kind of creepy.
Who was Pat played by? Pat was played by
Gemma.
Miss Gemma. Her name is Katie Seagal, an actress from
Sons of Anarchy.
Married with Children and Sons of Anarchy. Yes.
And she was a bad mom in that movie, too, or in
Yeah.
that TV show.
Bad moms.
Bad moms.
You don't make me feel good.
Bad moms. So, with that said, would you allow Pat to still be in your house after that?
No.
No, I would definitely.
Absolutely
if
not.
I had gone through the experience that they went through, where Pat takes control of their lives, she starts shocking them so that that they can't leave the house, and they're pummeling them with tennis balls and oranges, and creating tornadoes and stuff. in
And
the house.
shuts down the house so that they're literally quarantined.
Yeah,
Lock
she
them
like
in.
locks them in. Why did they have those things built into the
well,
windows?
that's a security feature to keep people out of the house, but it's also a
Mhm.
security feature to keep people inside the house.
Yeah, this is like your classic AI gone bad movie, but in a kid-friendly way.
Yes,
you know?
exactly. So yeah, if Pat, oh, what's that, Olivia?
She said hi.
Oh, okay. Hi. If Pat had done all that,
She
to
hasn't
the
learned
house,
what the mic is yet.
I would have definitely been like, no more Pat. I don't need Pat. Give me a control panel where I can plug in what I want the house to do, and then I'll do that.
Yeah.
That's easy.
I would have moved out. I would not have
Yeah,
stayed.
I would have moved out too, but free
Well,
house.
I mean, if Sarah fixed it,
Mm-hmm.
and me and Sarah are like dating now, so I trust her and stuff.
You dating
Hook it
Sarah?
up, hook it up, Sarah.
Hook it up.
Yeah,
Sarah.
Sarah's a good mom to my kids. Unlike my house, which is a bad mom to my kids.
What?
You could tell
Eh.
emotionally she's unstable. I'd stay way
Listen.
clear of that.
Sarah's the first lady I've dated in a while. Okay, let me have this, is what the dad would say.
Andre.
Andre, like, really,
I mean, at that point,
hit
you might
home
as
with
well
him.
just let the smart house make him a real wife.
Oh.
Well, they're making pretend food.
Over there making him a sandwich already.
New wife
Hmm.
making sandwiches.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have stayed. And it's funny because I was telling Andre and Michelle, well, the whole vault here, when we were watching it, that when I was a kid, I thought the house layout was super, super cool. Like, I was really into the architecture and everything. And now looking back at it, it's so dated, which I get that architecture goes through phases,
the
right?
changes,
But oh my God, it's so awful. I would hate living in that house. It
has,
is
like,
not
the
well done.
It's
sunken
really
living
bad.
room where you like have to go down steps on both sides to get out of the living room. It's just like weird. Why you
And it
adding
has
extra
weird
steps?
separators where you
Yeah.
can't get, I don't know. It
Just
just,
pillars all over the place.
and it's just not well done. I don't know.
It's a weird house.
Maybe it has to do with the projections and things. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe projectors are in the.
I was
But
saying
again, I
maybe
think
that's
we're
what,
just
like,
thinking too
a
far into this
90s
'cause I
house
don't think they
looked
thought
like,
about
but
it.
I don't think so. I don't think houses really looked like that in the 90s.
Well, I don't know. We didn't live in houses like that. Let's be real.
Right,
No,
sure.
I didn't live in a house like that.
Not like that. No pet.
Not like that. So
But
usually,
speaking of it, you know the coolest house I ever went into when I was a kid
Hmm.
was Andre's house.
Yeah, he had a freaking
My
theater
house
room in there.
was dope.
When I walked into Andre's house in high school for the first time, you like walked in the house and you looked to the left and there was a movie theater.
Uh-huh. Behind
his house.
this curtain, you will see a
Yeah.
88-inch screen with a projector and 5 luxury seats with recliners
I was
and cup holders
I
and
was
a popcorn
also
machine.
very intimidated when I first started dating Andre, and I walked into his house and I was like, "He's rich? What?" Because that house like looks like amazing.
He is not rich. His parents was richer than he.
They got money. No, they're
Truth.
not rich, but you know. They
But
get-
yeah, I remember being like, okay, so that was my version of a smart house when I was a kid.
Yeah.
yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
That
My
makes
house
sense.
is pretty smart.
You know, when we went to Spain
España.
and we stayed in that hotel room, that
Uh-huh.
one had a lot of technology in it. Do you remember?
Vaguely, there was a big clear bathroom, so like it had like glass doors all around it, so you could
You
like
could see
through the
everything?
shower into the rest of the bedroom and then out the window or whatever. So I guess if you had the window open, you could definitely like see into the
But
shower.
everything was like buttons. Like everything to make anything
Hmm.
work was like a control panel. It's kind of weird. But
You know what's funny bringing that up though? Now I'm thinking about like my childhood and stuff. So I think I've shared before that my dad is semi-disaster ready, right?
Mhm.
Like a little
Yes.
bit of
yeah.
what do you call that? No, I
He's,
can't think of it.
Apocalypse ready?
A little bit, yeah. So he is not into like sharing digital information. Like he is always concerned
Right.
about his personal information. Like he is not like the idea of being too present online is very freaky to him because you can steal identities and things. And so growing up, we always had like don't get me wrong, like we had TVs and computers and blah 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 blah. But like in that way we were not that technologically advanced. So
Mhm.
to me, like our family isn't like that. Like Luis and his family, you know, wasn't like that either. So we're less technological in our household versus you guys,
Yes.
where Andre's
Yeah.
family
My
was
dad is
super
the-
But I grew
technological.
up
Opposite of
like
that.
you. We weren't very technologically advanced. Like
Mhm.
we didn't have. We had a computer and like a TV
Mhm.
and stuff like you said. So when I started dating Andre, I was like, "What the heck is going on? What are you?"
Oh yeah,
what?"
you need to get your tech on with Andre.
Oh
I
yeah.
still-
But he
Andre-
gets that from his family.
Yeah,
so
but Andre still gets so mad at me because I don't know that much about stuff. Where I'm like, "Can you just do this?" And he's like, "Well, I'll tell you how to do this, and just do it." Like I don't need to know.
This woman, she's like, the printer isn't working. I was like, is it on? Are you making sure it's on? She's like, I don't know. I didn't check it. You fix it. And I'm like, if you had just looked at the printer, you could have been able to fix it.
my favorite
Wow.
thing was when I was talking to Andre and he was telling me about how he reads in bed and how he has like a light clipped onto something else and how like the iPad clips onto this and how he's pretty much like Dr. X
okay,
in his
we will send you
chair.
a picture then because he got a new one and it clips to the headboard and it's his long arm and it goes down and he can like move it in all ways. So he's laying down in bed with like his iPad hanging down from the ceiling in front of him and he can move it and he's just like. And then he wonders why if he falls asleep with it on and he bonks his head on it when he tries to get up.
I've only bumped my head on it like 3 or 4 or 5 times. Okay, it's fine.
We'll send you a picture. Sometimes he buys stuff and he brings it home, and I'm like, "What is that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's so cool. It's like, whatever."
What have I done that with?
That was that clippy arm
Oh,
thing.
well, yeah,
I was
that thing's
like, what
awesome.
is that?
That clippy arm thing. No, you want to know what I did the other day? Luis was like, "Wow, Emily, you living in 20. What did you say? What was I living in? 2020?
You were living in like 2090.
2090.
What'd you do?
I took the claw part off my selfie stick that I had from like 6 years ago when selfie sticks were cool, and I took it off and I stuck it on my camera tripod, and then I used it to record myself because I had to record myself for work for my
Nice.
certification. So I had it was holding up my phone and it wouldn't fall over because normally you try to record yourself on the phone, it's falling all over the damn place.
Nice.
So Luis was like, "Ooh, you living in 2090 over here. We all living in 2015."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah."
I think my favorite piece of technology that Andre and I have in our house, because for our listeners here, we rent a house from Andre's parents that they kind of remodeled, is in the bathroom. You know how usually there's like the fans at the top of the bathroom?
Mhm.
They have the fan, but they also installed the heater system. So you turn it on and it's like heats the whole bathroom like from the top down.
It's like one spot.
So
in
when
the
you get
bathroom.
out of the shower in the winter and you're like, no, we're nice and toasty.
That is actually really nice because that's the only time in my entire life that I'm cold is getting out of the shower in that exact moment.
Yeah.
Michelle,
Hmm?
please define Uvadazdaza.
Did I say that?
When you're like, you get out of the shower and you're like, "Ooh."
That was me being cold.
I
That was a
like
chill.
it. That was my chili
You know when
sound.
you get a chill and you're like,
So is that
You don't do
is that an adjective or a verb?
it's a thing you do. I'm gonna say it's verb,
So it's a verb.
but it's also how I feel.
So it's an adjective.
Yeah, it's a
It's
dual.
describing my action.
It's an emotion.
It's an emotion. There
It's
we
an
go.
adverb.
It's a feeling.
Adverb.
How
That sounds right.
come you stop talking when we put the microphone by you?
She's like, get this yellow thing out my face, please.
Hi, Olivia.
Hello.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Smart House. Do we have anything else to say about this?
Well,
movie?
I don't know if we could really do like how much money it makes because it's
no.
a decom.
It did not release in theaters. It did not make any like sales ticket dollars or anything like that.
But like, is there any like ratings on it? Like, is there still percentages? Of,
Let's see here.
how did millennials take this movie? You know what I mean?
There is a reception section on this Wikipedia article. It says, oh, that's an article from 2015.
Also, that's not any of us farting. It's Luis's mouth. So you guys know, in case you can. hear that.
IMDb.
Likely excuse.
I can tell you, IMDb does have a score for this movie.
Mhm.
It came out June 26, 1999, and on IMDb itself, it has a 6.3 out of 10 rating. But for Google users, 91% of people liked this movie.
Yeah, nostalgia factor.
So people received it much better than the actual quality of the movie received itself,
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
which I'm actually pretty on board with that.
Yeah, I mean, I once again, I like this movie. I think.
Yeah,
it
so
was-
let's rate it. Andre, go ahead.
Okay.
It's hard. It's
yeah,
hard.
it's difficult because
yeah.
it's a Disney Channel original movie. The writing is Disney Channel.
I think
original
our ratings
movie.
for these decoms are just gonna be based on like how much we like them upon this viewing. Still, you know what I mean? Not like the quality of the movie or the music or anything
No.
like that. We can't even rate it on that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because the house
it's
is
just
jumping, you know what I mean?
How much does this movie hold up to you? Do you still like it? Rate it
Oh.
on that.
How well does the whole? I think it holds up pretty well, especially since houses now can replicate a lot of these things that the smart house could do.
Mm-hmm.
A fair amount. It can't cook all your dinner for you,
Mhm.
but it can do a lot of that Alexa type stuff we were talking about. So it's still kind of scary in that way. And like, oh, what if my robots in my house start acting a fool and doing with
Mhm.
their own stuff? And
What if your
Kinda-
Roomba starts Roombaing on you?
So-
bro, Roomba kills my toes? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's like Roomba. So was like this decom your favorite? So basically, the way we should rate these decoms is like our favorite decom should get 10 out of 10. So like rate it relative to that. You know what I mean?
Dang. Okay, this thing is rocketing up in the score. I guess I'm
Is
gonna.
it your favorite decom?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite one. Now I haven't rewatched some of these. I might like Johnny Tsunami next week a little more or something like that. Now, but
Well.
but in terms of
I'm ready for some Cadet Kelly up in here. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
get that
there we
Kelly.
go. In terms of me remembering the decoms I liked, Smart House is at the top, and me watching this one and going like, man, that wasn't that bad. It's up at the top right now, you know. So I think I'm gonna give this movie a 9.
Oh my God.
Which seems absolutely insane because I was gonna give it like I don't know, like a 6.5 or a 7 or something like that on a regular scale. But I guess
but we
in terms of DComs, it's a 9.
We can't rate these.
It wasn't
movies.
given a big budget, so you
No.
can't give it a big budget
and we
score.
can't rate
True.
these decom movies in our normal movie rating scale. We're like the music and the score and the animation. You know what I mean? Like we can't do that. So it's just gonna be like a likability factor.
That Doc Ock arm coming out of the house special effect was not fantastic.
Not good. You know, so it's just got to be like that nostalgia likability factor. So 9 out of 10. Okay.
9 out of 10 for Smart House.
I think upon this viewing, since some of the dramatics didn't hold up as much for me, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I still really like it. I think as a kid, it was probably like a 10 out of 10 for me. You know, like
Yeah.
I watch it all the time. It's still good though, and I liked it. So I didn't watch it. I'm like, why did I like that?
Yeah.
Like, I get why I liked it. So I'm gonna give it a 7.
I'm gonna agree with Michelle. I really liked it as a kid, but I won't like go back and rewatch this like every day with Addie. Like if she wanted to keep rewatching it, I'd be like, let's pick something else.
Let's watch something else.
Yes, but I mean it was good, and I mean maybe once a year, and I'll be happy with it because of the nostalgia factor. So I will say 7 out of 10. But I do agree that like
Yeah.
some of the creepies hold up, but some of them I'm like, oh come on.
Just
Come on.
the kid was annoying to me.
Oh,
and
he
I
was
think
bad.
as a kid, I had a crush on him, and I thought he was so cool.
For sure.
And like watching it now, I'm like, God, shut up.
Yeah, he was
like,
bad.
Michelle, how the heck could you date him?
He was on Luck of the Irish, man. I
Luck
liked
of the
him a lot.
Irish.
Yeah, he's
Luck
all
of the Irish.
taller.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, Luis. I mean, I know your rating's bad.
Nah, I abstain. I can't give it a fair rating.
In other words, Luis just didn't like it.
No, he didn't love this movie.
All right.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
But guess what? Luis said he might be into Johnny Tsunami.
I
And,
know.
Luis, I don't know if you remember this about Johnny Tsunami because Emily and I did not. But apparently it's about him riding waves and then he goes snowboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I
dude.
didn't
I
remember.
I don't know why. I knew it was a transition, but I don't know why I thought skateboarding. But no,
Yeah,
definitely he shifts from no snow to snow.
Right. He's like a Hawaiian dude. He lives in Hawaii. He's all about Hawaii. And then his dad like moves him to like Colorado or
Oh,
something
they
like
move? Is that what it
And
is?
then
That
it's all
sounds
about
fun.
snow
I'm
and
about it.
stuff.
Okay,
That'll
I'm
be
really
sweet.
excited.
No,
I
switch
think
to
it's going to
snowboarding.
be fun. Maybe we should watch it right now. I don't know.
Hmm.
All right.
I will say that I found a very fun article for our patrons
Ooh.
that concerns the Smart House. So you guys will have access to that
Yeah.
after, the show's over.
Great. And also, listeners, we'll probably post something on Instagram about this, like on the story or something. But we just want to know, what are you watching on Disney Plus right now?
Yes.
What do you want us to watch? We've been getting some good suggestions for movies.
True.
What do you want us to watch? And what are you watching? Because the world is an open door now. Like, we got lots of options.
Love is
Disney
an
Plus
open
is an
door.
open door.
Door
Speaking of, I
into
want to just
the
give a
unknown.
Jesus Christ. I want to give a special shout out to That Lonely Driver, our very good friend Mike Fee. Thank you for giving us some suggestions on movies
Mike
that we
Fee.
could do.
What we got? What's those suggestions he said?
He said Oliver and Company, James and the Giant Peach,
Ooh.
and The Brave Little Toaster.
Ooh.
And then we got a really good one too from Jose Torres at Jose Torres 8 of Noel, which is the brand new Disney Channel original movie.
Yes.
Disney Plus original.
Excuse me, that's what I
Yeah.
meant. Disney Channel, no.
Disney Plus. Now we have Disney
I'm
Plus.
done.
Yeah, Disney Plus original movie.
And it looks so cute because it's starring Anna Kendrick and that other dude, and it
Yeah.
says,
Yeah, Bill Hader, right?
yes, saving Christmas together. Oh, joy. I'm like, oh, yeah,
that's
that looks
one of those,
good.
like, just perfect, corny Christmas movies
Yup.
you watch when you're, like, decorating the house. And
Exactly.
ooh, that's a good one, too. Thanks, guys.
Exactly.
So thank you guys for
Tomato.
giving us the goods. We love it when you share with us.
Andre definitely wants to watch James and the Giant Peach. He's
Yes.
already been talking about it being on Disney Plus.
Man, that movie's so depressing.
That's what mother calls me.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I've seen it.
It's like
maybe
Oliver and
once.
Twist and the Peach.
Yeah.
That's what it is? It's like
It's
Oliver
like-
Twist?
It's like
Like Oliver Twist, not exactly to a point.
he's like a little
Kid's an
homeless kid.
orphan, and he's
an
in a
orphan,
fruit.
and then he lives with his like evil aunts, and they're
Is
like,
that
ah,
why
you suck.
Is that why
Clean up the
Andre
house.
was singing that in like a pathetic voice? Because he's an orphan. He's like, my name is James. Oh, my God.
parents are dead now.
Is
Oh,
he
no.
Batman? What is this?
Oh,
And now we know
James is awesome.
who
I'm
Bruce
not- I'm not
Wayne
gonna
was
lie.
as a child.
I kind of like that we're doing these decom movies because we can just kind of talk about whatever, on these episodes. This was great. I thoroughly
We could do that at any time, but yeah.
Michelle
enjoyed this.
Michelle just wants her outlet to just talk about life.
Yeah. They
I'm-
heard enough from me anyway.
That's what podcasts are for.
All right, guys, we'll let you go.
Yes, we will let you go. Thank you so much.
We'll let you go.
For listening to this episode of the Walt Vault. You can find us on social media. We are at the Walt Vault Pod on everything. Instagram is a place to be. Our Twitter's kind of blowing up just ever so slightly. We got guys, check this out. We got over 100 followers.
Oh
okay,
my
thank you so
God,
much.
stop
I don't even own a Twitter. But we are having a lot more new
You own
listeners.
Twitter?
I know I said I don't have a Twitter.
No, you said I don't own a
I
Twitter.
don't own Twitter.
I don't have it like myself. I don't own it. You know what
I don't
mean?
own a
I don't
Twitter.
But we have been getting a lot more new listeners, so hi guys.
Hello. Thank you for listening. As I said, we're on those social media platforms. Go there, leave us a comment, tell us what you thought of the movie and what you're watching on Disney Plus. Or you can send us a message, slide into our DMs.
Stop.
You can send me an email to contact@thewaltvaultpod.com, and that email can be a text or it can be a voice message. You could do anything you want, and maybe we'll play it on the show. If you want to support us and get access to this lovely Smart House article, you can go to patreon.com/thewaltvault. Where we have extra content for you at a very reasonable price. Sign up there, and that helps us keep the lights on for this show.
Lights.
Lights. It's a dark
Lights.
vault.
Bug juice.
Lights.
Real kids.
Join us next week
Making
for
friends.
some
Having fun.
Johnny Tsunami goodness.
Is anybody watching Bug Juice? Let us know.
Let us know if you're watching Bug Juice and if you're at camp right now.
Shut up.
You guys, that's been it for this episode of The Walt Vault. The vault is now closed.